Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this episode I'm going to be showing you how I create this look and how I go from this to this, and I'll be sharing some techniques and my favorite products. And if you enjoyed the video, guys, don't forget to put thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So the first product that I'm going to be using is going to be the Pantene hair multiplier. And what I find with this product is that because I have quite thin hair, I just spray it in my roots and it just gives that extra thickening that I'm looking for just before drying as well. After applying the root thickener, what I'm going to be using now is the VO5 volume blow dry hairspray. So what this does is just protects a little bit from the heat while when I'm going to be blow drying my hair. So I'm just going to spray all over. My hair tends to get really frizzy, so this really helps to ease the frizz down. So now when my hair is slightly dampened, I'm just gonna section my hair, take the back part, clip it up, and I'm going to hair dry it in parts. So now that my hair is dry, I'm going to be using the hair straighteners to give a little bit of volume and just curl them, kind of give them a little bit of like a beach wave look that I normally go for. So I'm just going to show you guys how I do that. Now that I've finished curling them, I'm just gonna spray it and leave it for like 5 minutes. Oh my god, the hairspray just went in my mouth. So I'm gonna use a brush and I'm gonna brush the curls out. Just to finish off, I'm just going to be using a little bit of the oil, and I mean like a little bit just at the ends, to soften and just to moisturize a little bit the ends because they can be quite dry for me. So I'm using the Aussie 3-in-1 hair oil. So like I said, I'm really going to be using like that much, no more than that. And I'm just going to go through with my fingers just at the ends. So before applying anything, what I do is make sure that I cleanse my face properly, as it's really important, and also your foundation will last longer if it's cleansed and moisturized. So I'm just going to be using the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Water. And I'll just apply a little bit and make sure that even though that I've cleansed and I've washed my face before, you'll be surprised how much like dirt gets in your skin. And then when you're applying the foundation or primer, it's not really even. I'm going to be using the Simple Radiance Boost. It's really nice because it hydrates my skin, but in the same time it has SPF 30. So you need really just a little bit, even it out on your skin, and it will really give like a nice glow. Applying my Vaseline lip balm just to before, because I have an idea of applying matte lipstick, and I know how matte lipsticks can be. They can really dry your lips, so this is a great way to pre-moisturize before applying. Using my Charlotte Tilbury highlighting primer, I'm gonna apply all over my face. My own brand Ievasmakeup brushes, and I'm using the foundation brush, and I'm just gonna even out all the primer. Now I'm going to be using the NARS foundation, mixing two of these shades. I'm going to be mixing the medium, and I'm going to mix 1.2 and 1 just to get my shade for my face. So I'm just using the brush and I'm evening out the foundation. So for the next step, I'm going to be using the Mia Celine microfiber sponge. It's from my collection as well. And I slightly dampen to make it a little bit wet to blend easier, and I'm just gonna blend everything together. As you can see, this little blender has little microfibers, so it does act like a brush and a sponge 2 in 1, so you can move the foundation around really easily like this, and then you can also dab it in place. Every time I record a video, he's like here, always. But now what I'm going to be using is the Charlotte Tilbury Liquid Couture. I'll show you guys how I use this. So I just changed my brush to this one, to the foundation one, because I found that it blends the contour a little bit better than the blush brush. Make sure you blend it out, blend until there's no harsh lines. I'm going to be using a slightly smaller brush, and I'm just going to blend that out as well. As you see, the contour, when it's on your skin, it can seem really dark, but then when you start blending it out, it's actually the right kind of shade. So tone down the light a little bit just to guys show you how the base looks now with the contour. This is Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer, and I honestly, for the first time that I got it, I really fell in love with it, and I use it all the time on myself and on my clients as well. You will find that there's so much different shades, and you don't need too much either, because the texture of it's really creamy, and it will blend out quite nicely. So I'm just applying a little bit under my eye area, a little bit like on top of my nose, and a little bit here as well. Happy I'm going to be setting the under eyes now, and for this I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty translucent powder. So I'm just dabbing in the sponge, and I'm just going to set all under eye. Either prepare your eyes and then apply your foundation, or you can apply your foundation and have eye guard, or what I'm doing is basically using the translucent powder as an eye guard. And then when things will drop from the eyeshadow, it's easier for me to remove them all off. So I'm going to prepare my brows. I'm going to be using the Max Factor one for this one. So it's going to be the Max Factor eyebrow pencil. So it looks like this. And I'm just gonna shade my brows. I don't really need to draw anything. I just wanna like shade them, shade the gaps. So for the next step, I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in a shade 02, and I'll apply just tiny bit on my eyelid because it doesn't need more than that. So for my eyeshadow palette choice, I'm going to be using the Pixie palettes. Pixie has sent me all these palettes and I have never actually used them properly, so I'm going to be using the Pixie shades. I've tried them like on my hand, but I've never really shown or recorded a video of actually how the Pixie palettes look. So I'm going to be using a few shades of these. I'm not sure which ones, but I'm going to create like a smoky effect, so I'll probably be using a few of these. And I might use some golds as well. So I'm using this base shade and I'm just going to blend it all out using Ievasmakeup brushes. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline pencil and I'm going to be creating like a smoky eye. And I'll use a smaller brush and I'm just gonna blend that out. So when I'm happy with the pencil, the way it's blended, I'm gonna be using one of the darker shades from this palette here. So I'll be using this shade over here. And I'm going to be using my blending brush and I'll blend. But then I'm going to go in again with one of the darker shades and I'll do the same thing and keep blending to build up that smoky kind of effect that I'm going for. So now I'm going to be using this palette and I'm going to be using one of these goldy shades, probably this one. This one's quite a nice one. This one here. And I'll apply in my inner corners. So for this, I'm going to be using the Ievasmakeup Black Magic Liquid Eyeliner. So I'm not going to create any kind of big harsh lines. I'm not creating any flick, just from here until here only. I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics and I'm just going to be applying a little bit brow gel. Just to keep the brows in place. So I'm using the Ievasmakeup eyelash curlers. God, eyelash curlers always makes me cry. Like, I don't know what it is, but I can like apply anything. I can go inside my eye with the liner in my waterline, but the eyelash curler is something that always, you know, makes me nervous. Using the Maybelline Sky High mascara, my favorite mascara, honestly. My other favorite was this one, but now I fell in love with this one. And I'll just apply a bit of mascara. So for the eyelashes, I'm going to be using the Ievasmakeup My Own Collection eyelashes. And this one is quite interesting because a year and a half ago, I designed my own eyelashes and I wanted to kind of create like a nice packaging, compact packaging where you can have eyelashes and a mirror in one, which I've been using now to create this makeup. I've been using the mirror. So these are the lashes here. You can see they're quite natural, but that's what I kind of love. And it has a little mirror. And that's the rose gold case. The glue that I'm gonna be using is the Duo glue. I have all the Duo glue. I find that this glue is the most durable, but also dries quite quickly. So you can see that I've already used these eyelashes. They're already cut to my size of my eye. So they can be reused up to, you know, 15, 20 times even, you know, it depends how you clean them, depends how you take care of it. You just need to remove the glue, cleanse them, and put them back in your compact case. So this is with and this is without, as you obviously can clearly see. So just to connect the inner corners, I'm just going to be using the same black liner. Okay, so I'm going to be using the same brush that I've used for my eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply a little bit at the bottom. You guys are really probably super annoyed with this white thing that's going on under my eyes, but I'm going to be taking off now, and I'll show you that it doesn't leave any white marks or anything. So you can see it removes all the eyeshadow that dripped on my eyes as well. And it's super matte now, so this is like perfect if you have super oily skin. For my cheeks, I'm going to be using the Diego de la Palma blush and bronzer. So I'll apply a little bit of the bronzer and emphasize a little bit more of the cheekbones. And I'm going to be using the blush now. When I applied my blush, I'm going to be using the Pixie highlighting palette. So you have the blush and highlighting, and I'll use this shade. So for my lips, I'm going to be using both matte products. This is the lip pencil in shade, it's called Brick A58, and I'll be using this matte. I'm sure you guys know this matte lipstick. Slightly overlining the lips, I mean not too much, but slightly. Look at that shade, so beautiful. You can eat, you can drink, it will last you for a while. So I think I'm done. This is the final look. Enjoyed it. If you have any questions, we'll appreciate if you leave a comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you soon.